I kind of picked back up dating lately. There's not really like anybody in particular, but I'd been in that, like kind of lockdown. Like my nervous system cannot go through the like drama sequencing of any more things, and so I was just like preserving myself. Yeah. But yeah, like in the last month or so, I just kind of hit a different little window where I started feeling like open, like that, like I've done all the little steps to regain trust for myself and be able to like stay relaxed and stay centered in my integrity, and like as much as I don't necessarily have a big desire to shift like what's going on in my life, like I had been aware that a big piece of like besides just feeling like I needed more recovery time, that the idea of like my kids having to go through more pieces of like recovery was really discouraging to me. And then I had a little bit of a shift where I felt like, there's just always a trade-off of like what kids get exposed to, and like I now can trust myself to stay away from like really dangerous people in a way that I didn't necessarily used to be able to filter for. And that there's just like there's another kind of disadvantage that kids get when they don't ever get to see like their mom get taken care of, right? Or whatever, like that maybe the risk goes both ways. That they could lose out on some important experiences by me being like shut down and like
watching you suffer.
Just like having this idea like that I had to always do it alone or whatever. So I just feel like my own like management of even when outside drama is happening, like my regulation is all the way back up to where I needed it to be. So I have nothing to be afraid of. So that's kind of my big bullet points. My Tiani list. How about you?
So me and he's an ex now. We're not together anymore.
I'm sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. I mean, you already knew all the baby mama drama. And
that's really
the texting
hard.
other females kind of thing, but
that never really resolved.
No, it was his ego was too big. Like I guess his last relationship, she didn't allow him to have female friends, and being that he set standards for himself that he would, be friends with who he wants to be friends with, or kind of like do what he wants to do kind of thing. And he knew I was crazy about him, and he wore the pants in the relationship type of thing, so he really took advantage of that. And to be honest with you, I was fulfilling mommy duties all the time, and more than I should have. It was like pick the kids up, take the kids to practice, cook dinner, to help them do homework.
And there's a sweetness in that when you feel like you're empowering your man to like be a really good parent, and like you're a team together. And but
that's the thing,
if he wasn't all the way, exactly.
I had assignments to fulfill. I had to do the laundry, I had to clean the kitchen, I had to cook dinner, and like it was just getting really toxic, and to the point where he was manipulating everything that I was saying and turning it around against me. And
like you were not enough kind of thing?
Man, like, but the second that I choose to leave, like all of a sudden I'm enough now, And basically we split up, and he like lost his shit in the beginning of us separating, and jumping in front of my car while I'm driving, asking me to marry him kind of thing, like
too little too late though.
Too little too late kind of thing. Like you emotionally, mentally fucking just ruined me, and now all of a sudden you want to be together and you want to ask an important fucking question like that, man. Like
right when you were like kind of ready like quite a while ago, that you were in that place of feeling like that you had really built a team and you were really interested, and he hadn't like made moves in that whole time frame.
No, not at all. Like when we made a year, I told him, my biological clock is ticking, you know?
So
And,
you're upfront about it.
you know, I know I have time, but, you know, I want to be a young mom. I don't want to be an older mom, you know? I want to be a fun mom, and I don't want my kid to be in high school. Yeah, my mom's like 50 years old, you know? Like, I want to be reasonably young. And
right. And both of you had, like, enough stability in the other areas of your life. Like, if it was going to happen, it would have happened, I guess.
And he said, no, I'm not ready. And I don't know if I'll ever have a kid. Which was fucked up for him to say, because when we first started dating, he said that he did want to have more kids. And all of a sudden, now that we're together, you're telling me that you never did want to have more kids? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why am I here? You know, I want to be somebody's wife. I want to be a mother, you know?
Yeah, you had that clear all along.
That fucking that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you got it though. I'm good at it. Ugh. You've been carrying it all. Can tell. Put it all up on the shoulders.
Oh, man. And I've been deep into like working out a lot lately. So it's like
I can tell through your whole, like your mid back especially, like you've really got some development.
Yeah, I've been consistent with the gym and shit, so it's been time that I needed a massage. But I met somebody. He is a complete opposite of.
Okay.
Like, was a very like spacey person, like not affectionate and verbally affectionate either, but this guy is like everything I ever wanted. Like,
wow.
He's like, right now, verbally and mentally, my needs are being fulfilled, like, by a lot. Like, and we hung out a couple times, and it's been fucking amazing, you know? But, like, he's just, like, clingy, like, he's clingy. And I
you
love
said that
it.
like you like it, yeah.
I love it, and I don't know how to deal with it. Like, all of a sudden, now I have it. Like, I feel like I'm falling a little too fast, and I'm trying to tell myself to slow down, slow down.
Good to slow down.
Yeah,
you seen anybody else?
No. Just this guy. Yeah, but this is the crazy twist to it, is that it's my.
Of course it is. Oh my god.
Oh, shit.
Oh my god. You were so cute.
We've officially decided we can start calling it seeing each other.
Okay.
He told me that he was never insecure or jealous in any of his other relationships. He doesn't know why it is with me. He is a couple years older than
he was already a little older than you, right?
Yeah, he was just older than me by 20 years. Just 45.
Bro, I know what you mean. It's like, I feel like the possibilities get like older on average every year, but not in relation to like the earth. You know, like that everyone gets 1 year older every year, but it's like dudes that I could possibly date get like 4 years older every year.
Girl, I don't know what it is. Some people say daddy issues, and I was like, yeah, maybe, but it's like, I don't got no daddy issues. It's like,
right?
I got 2 dads, you know, like, now I got 3. But I'm like, I don't know what it is, man. It's just, I've always been into older guys, and I don't know why. This guy is definitely something else. Like, he is.
Aww.
He makes me so happy.
I'm excited for you.
Hopefully he's the one. I mean, every guy that I've been with, I've said he was the one, but it turned out he wasn't the one.
Isn't that how it goes?
Yeah.
It's like, obviously, if you want the one, you're only hanging out with the ones that might be the one, right?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he is. I wish I could show you a picture of him. I don't know if I can on my watch, because my phone's recording.
We'll talk afterward. We'll take a few extra minutes.
That feels amazing.
Right?
Oh, snap.
That one.
My God. What the hell is that?
Keep breathing. We can always back off. We can slow down.
Mamacita.
Yeah. My dad used to say it was a Me Too. I don't really remember the whole thing, but there's some kind of like story that came down through his family. So it might have had some kind of like Native American connection or just like some generic other relatives. I'm not sure. But that he had grown up hearing this story of like that there were these creatures that would start like sucking your energy from inside you, and they would slowly like grow out and become like bigger and bigger until they took over your whole body basically. But it was like, what? Right? I know. I remember being like a little kid, I'd be like, oh, but he would talk about it when we were like working on, you know, rubbing each other's backs or shoulders or whatever, when he found these like really classic like knots or, you know, trigger points, that he'd be like, it might be a Me Too getting started, so I gotta scrub it out.
Oh my God. Oh, stop. Me Too. Yeah, that's the one right over there. What do you think is going on over there?
Okay, what's actually going on now that we've like dealt with the mythology? What's actually going on is a muscle called the levator scapula. So you've got your scapula right here, yeah. And so it's this like triangle shape, and it's pretty complicated. There's a lot of different like ridges and points on it because like a bunch of muscles are coming off this bad boy to operate your shoulder and your whole rotation of your arm and be able to glide over your rib cage, right? And then I'm just kind of like give you this sample. So if I pull your arm, you can feel the shoulder blade is coming all the way back to like much closer alignment into the spine, yeah. And when you've got your arm like extended how it was, it's like opening all the way out. So like here is that same inner edge. So I'm just gonna bring that so you can kind of discern the inner edge, yeah. And if I kind of rotate your shoulder as far back as possible, it'll come all the way back in there. So this is a huge amount of range, and all these muscles need an attachment. Then the one muscle that's coming off of like this top corner of it is pretty narrow and pretty strappy, and it's gonna run up. You feel that whole line, right? And then it's coming into the back of the skull. And so anytime that you're like bent forward, like looking at your phone or like tipping your head, you know, down towards your chest, right? Then the whole weight of your head is leaving the column of your spine that's like architectural, that's bone, and I can hold it up. And now you have the whole weight of your head on like a suspension bridge effect instead. And this muscle is like the main stabilizer for that suspension. And so anytime that we're like really looking down quite a bit posturally, that'll get knotted up. But it's also super classic for any time that you're like going through stress. That muscle is also involved in a reflex that protects like your carotid artery and gets your neck covered, right? And so if you tense up through here, it reduces the exposure of your blood flow. And so like just kind of in the ancient animal like fighting sense, you know? Like when you're stressed out, you'll tend to try to protect yourself by shortening that exposure. And then that muscle gets like habitually locked. But we already got a nice difference there. I feel that.
That fucking knot right there.
Exactly, like right where it's attaching in. So we have a little bit of like that tendon interface right on the bone. So you're like sensitized for that spot. And then we've also got like the rhomboid minor is also helping stabilize that scapula, but it's coming lower into the spine, into the neck, and so you're getting that like yanking effect from multiple directions. Say it louder.
That feels amazing. Harder. Right there.
Can you take it?
Spot right there.
Right there.
You do it so well.
Oh my god. You're hilarious. Alright,
Always down for a good laugh out here.
Absolutely. It's funny. So you've got your video going for your people. My videos are running right now for, I'm trying to just kind of do a sequence that shows like the difference of how each different person, their sessions go so differently, because I'm like, you know, following like what your body needs, but also where your mind is at when you come in, and like that there are people like you who are like, enjoy the conversation, and I'm usually, you know, like I'm not trying to blast your business all over, but it's like when I get into this, like being a nerd about the muscles especially, where I'm like, some of the people we talk a ton about like what's going on inside your body, and some of the people are just like, they just fall asleep and they're like goodbye, and they're not in true sleep, of course. They're in that like trance state where they're really dropping into the body. And you do that sometimes.
Yeah.
We're going a little more intense today to blast this stuff out, because it's been a while.
I know. Too long.
Too long.
Well, the right side is way worse than the left side, huh?
I think it was the amount that it was localized right at that spot was more intense on the right, and it's absolutely a whole area of tension on the left, but it's not quite tightened down into that fine point the same way. Although we will dig that point. It's not nothing. It's more the rhomboid than the levator on this side.
Got it.
Yeah. So that kind of tells me that you're probably also keeping your head a bit ticked to the left, that like in those, when you're in that like chronic posture position, that you're probably spending some time with your chin dropped, but then the like chin and nose turned towards the left a little bit to get that effect where it's longer, stressing here and here instead of being even, right?
Get my shit together.
Your shit's together.
Man.
Everybody has those little asymmetries.
Whoa.
That's all, baby. That's the Terry's. A little bit. We've got some serratus activation also. And just like take a deep breath and just blow it up like a balloon. We've done that before, right? Just blow right here up like a balloon. Yeah. And again. You feel that how it's like as it opens itself back up. Yeah. That's why it makes such a big difference when you like
breathe.
Yeah, do that like meditative stuff.
You make me fall asleep.
Good. You can fall asleep if you want.
No. We have too much catching up to do.
Alright, what else is up?
Oh man. I'm currently looking for a freaking job.
Yeah.
Well, a better job, I should say.
Okay.
So, kind of debating between a bunch of different fields: health, restaurant, airlines again. And
are you still thinking about the department at all?
I don't know, man. I hear a lot of things that are happening in there, and it's like you're pretty much like a slave to them now. Like overtimes, leadership, ranks, and not worth it. Some people say it, but I don't know. Well, I have some thinking to do. So then I thought about moving, and I was like, nah, don't run away from your problems. Face your problems. But it's not running away. It's just making a change, you know?
Yeah, it depends on the kind of problem, I guess. You know, like a lot of times people are like externalizing their problems and blaming it on the environment, and then running away won't work. But if it really is like there's something that you need and it's not here, sometimes you gotta check that out.
We'll see. I got time.
I'm just saying,
You found your front desk lady?
Feelings. Huh?
You found that front desk lady you were looking for?
Well, actually, honestly, I think they're about to need a new one. So
I'm here.
You could try that.
What does their hours look like?
That's pretty like normal work hours. They close kind of early on Thursday because then they have like more time to wrap up paperwork, and the receptionist usually does like some of the deeper cleaning in that window time.
Okay.
But it's like 8 to 3:30 or 4-ish weekdays.